Hi y'all, it's Melody and thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, thank you for coming. And if you're old here, thank you for continuing to stay. I appreciate every one of you and everyone that subscribes to this channel. It's absolutely amazing to have people actually wanting to hear what I want to say. So if you like me and you like this video or you like anything that I do on my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I do books, I do history books, I do just chats and sometimes makeup and nails and just whatever I feel like. To be honest, this is my creative outlet and I just want to get that across to people and hope everybody has fun and enjoyment through watching me and watching what I do, or they find a new book or something new to learn about or love. So today's book is Your Perfect Year. It's by Charlotte Lucas. It was published in 2019. I believe it was first published in German, to be fair. So, hey, makeup. Anyway, I believe it was first published in German and it was translated back to English. So I basically am starting to write everything down that I think about books because it's easier for me to process rather than rambling on about something, because there are specific points that is made in the book and specific things that I want to call your attention to in regards to the actual book itself. So let me just check the Goodreads. I forgot to bring up Goodreads before I got on here. What am I? So 2 seconds. I haven't brought that up. I closed it the other day and I didn't know why. So Goodreads. Wi-Fi in the house. Sorry. Pause in the production. Okay, so You're Perfect. Oh, mute that. We don't need to hear my things on there. Okay, so yeah, it was translated. It's translated by Alison Leyland. It's got a 3.78 on Goodreads. So I'm just going to read you the synopsis. A man consumed by a meaningless life is going to do something he's never considered doing before. He's going to enjoy the day. For hyper-particular publishing heir Jonathan Grief, the day starts like any other with a strict morning fitness regime that'll keep his divorced, easily irritated, cynical 42-year-old self in absolutely flawless condition. But all it takes to put a crimp in his routine is one small annoyance. Someone has left a leather-bound day planner with the handwriting title, Your Perfect Year, in his spot on his mountain bike at his fitness course. Determined to discover its owner, Jonathan opens the calendar to find someone known only as H has filled it in, with suggestions, tasks, and affirmative actions for each day. The more he devotes himself to locating the elusive H, the deeper Jonathan is drawn into someone else's rich and generous narrative and into an attitude adjustment he desperately needs. He may have ended up with a perfect year by accident, but it seems that fate has set Jonathan on a path toward healing, feeling, and maybe even loving again, if only he can meet the stranger who's changing his life one day at a time. Okay, so I'm going to go into my synopsis and we'll just go through that, and then I might add some stuff at the end, or when I'm talking about it, but we'll get to that. Okay, so Jonathan Grief, who we were talking about just there, is the heir to a publishing house. He's 42 and extremely cynical. He sticks to the same routine every day, completing the same mundane tasks and writing complaints about the state of Hamburg, Germany, to the papers and local offices. He doesn't care about his publishing house, except for the fact that they need to publish what he calls highbrow literature, or what we all call highbrow literature, such as like history books, things that I actually read, and both fiction and non-fiction. So it has to be like aimed at a certain genre, and their genre is like people who are academics and things like that, or like well-to-do sort of readers. Okay. His wife left him 7 years before for his best friend. He seems to still be obsessed with why his wife left him, because he had given her all the perks and life that his lifestyle allowed, and his best friend from the way he's described in the book, was not the most nicest looking person. So he wasn't as nice looking as this Jonathan. So he's really obsessed with why she left him 7 years before, and they have like a daughter and stuff now, and he doesn't have that. He just has himself. And he doesn't really work or anything like that. He just lives off the money of this publishing house. Okay, so on January 1st, he goes for a run and comes back to his bike as normal. But when he comes back to his bike, there's a man staring out at the river who he briefly has a chat with. But he then goes and he finds this diary on the handlebars of his bike in a bag. The diary begins with the title "Your Perfect Year" and is pre-filled out for the entire new year. At first, he attempts to find the author by following the prompts in the diary. He's unable to find the author or the owner, but then begins to follow the diary religiously, and it becomes sort of his obsession to follow this diary. He does still want to find out who it belongs to, but it's become his obsession to do everything that the author of this diary has written in there for whomever it was originally intended. So while Jonathan is having his own journey of self-discovery, there's another story running concurrently with his, and it's the story of Hannah, who is in her early 30s and is starting a new business with her best friend, basically providing childcare and entertainment for parents out of traditional hours, sort of thing, so that the parents can go out on dates and things like that. Her story actually starts in here a few months prior to Jonathan finding the book. Basically, her boyfriend has lost his job, and he's actually doesn't seem to want to find another one. I can't really tell you more without it going in and you finding out why there's this book and why their stories meet in the middle. But they do end up catching up to each other, and you find out how the two are connected. The story has enough of a driving factor to keep you completely interested, as well as some interesting twists and turns. It's a lovely getaway from actually life, and the ending itself is quite satisfying. I mean, it does like do that thing that just ends, but it ends in quite a satisfying way. And that's where I come for books that, like, it didn't give me a message or anything like that. It's just basically about trying to live your life the best way you can, and it is about self-help and stuff as well, in a fictional sort of way. But it's one of those satisfying reads that you could take on holiday if you could go on holiday at the moment. I guess you could if you're in the country. Like, we can go on holiday around the UK, but we can't leave the country per se. But anyway, that's by the by at the moment. But I would actually give it a 3.8 out of 4, as it was a nice enough to be a satisfying book. It didn't have the extreme message. 3.8 out of 4. Well, it's out of 5, to be honest, I think. No, it isn't. Yeah, it is. It's out of 5. There's 3.8 out of 5. Because it was nice to be it would be a good holiday book. Basically, it'd be a quick read for you by the pool, or sitting on a balcony, or out in the woods, or something like that, or whatever you do for your holidays. It's a nice, satisfying book where the ending is just really heartwarming and things like that. However, there is enough of a concurrent storyline to keep you reading. So better than the one that I read before, which was which one was it? Oh, Forget Her Name. Yeah, it was better than Forget Her Name. Tons better. So I would actually recommend this book for you if you just want to get just see somebody get happiness, to be fair. Find happiness, because everybody wants that. So it's a good read. I don't know if it's not really romance. I'm not into romance, but it's more like sort of a changing of the ways. There's another book that I read last year. Let me just see if I can find it. That was quite like this as well, which I found really a really good read. So let me just see. I'll see if I can find it because I read so many books. It was like a Norwegian book. Danishly, did not like that one. Ah, A Man Called Ove. That is a really good one as well. It's all these like, I know Germany's not Scandinavian, but like it's all these like more European models of books sort of thing. And that was a really good book. So I would recommend A Man Called Ove as well if you want to read that one, because I really did like that one as well. Anyway, I'm going to get off here now, and I hope you enjoyed this review. And they say it's Your Perfect Year by Charlotte Lucas. Pick it up if you just want something relaxing, something heartwarming. There is a bit of tragedy in there as well, but it's an emotional journey. If you like me, if you like this channel, please do hit the subscribe, share with a friend, do all the things. Anyway, I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!